Hello and welcome to Metro Arts. I am your host, Shayna Fields Clark. Here on Metro Arts, we highlight some of the best in the business. Anywhere from fine artists, photographers, performing artists, cinematographers, as well as musical artists, all from the Metro Detroit area. On today's show, we have R&B pop artist Carl Kingston, as well as marketing consultant Quentin Love. Quentin Love has influenced the Detroit community in a positive way. As CEO of AMC, Quentin has led his company to celebrity stardom, with working with the 2009 NCAA Final Four, On Guard Detroit, Ford, and the Democratic National Convention. Please welcome Quentin Love.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, a pleasure. So, tell us about AMC.
AMC stands for Agape Marketing Consultants, and what the company is known for and does is providing branding, ideation, marketing strategy, and event management capabilities for clients and small businesses.
Now tell us about managing the community relations activities for the 2009 NCAA Final Four that took place in Detroit.
Sure. The Final Four in Detroit was a huge and great experience for the company overall. It was an opportunity to connect with, residents and those in the community, and also just, using the platform from the NCAA Final Four to showcase, the positive things that can happen, even though at the time the Big Three was going through a great economic decline, and doing things that really affected change and uplifted the spirits of those in the area, from delivering food to donating 10,000 basketball jerseys, as well as doing things like bringing in a field trip and a busload of students to participate in the practice activities that Friday.
So do you feel it was a success?
It was a huge success because you saw a huge participation rate, something that hadn't really been done before previously. So you saw a lot of people who were involved because Michigan State was playing, so they were really passionate and invited in. And you also saw people who were just really big on this happening in Detroit. So it was happening, they wanted to be here, they wanted to be a part of it, so you saw so many groundswell activities taking place.
Okay, so tell us, what is next for AMC?
What's next is, continuing to be involved with students and children. So we're going to be working with On Guard Detroit and producing a financial literacy and fencing piece. And what we're going to be doing is teaching things and concepts such as banking, investing with stocks and mutual funds, and at the same time allowing them to learn fencing. And we're going to be doing that in some schools in the Detroit area, and we're looking forward to it a great deal.
Okay. Well, we thank you so much for having you here on Metro Arts, and we look forward to you joining us again. It's been a pleasure. Please welcome smooth R&B pop performing artist Carl Kingston. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks
there.
for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so just to get a kickoff, where did you encounter your first music start?
Well, my first experience with music, my father was a DJ when I was a kid, and so he had like 100 albums, always the latest album. And so since I was a baby, like that's where music started with me.
So, by feeding off that, just tell us a little bit about your childhood.
Well, I had a lot of late nights. Like when I was a baby, my parents thought it was something wrong with me, but the doctor said he just likes to stay up. I used to perform for my parents' basement parties.
Can you remember your first performance for your parents?
I can't remember the first one, but I just remember always being up past my bedtime and seeing smoke in the basement and looking down over and giving my father the cue, like, put the record on.
Okay, not wanting to go to bed, huh?
I just wanted to dance and perform, and then my uncle would always give me some change out of his pocket.
Okay.
So I got paid from a young age.
Absolutely. Okay, so describe your creative process when Carl is in that moment and he's trying to write a song. Like, where did you get your, that inspiration? Describe that process.
I see everything in titles, completed titles first. Like the title of a movie, like let's say if it was called Clouds, then I work my way backwards and I say, well, what is a cloudy day? There's sunsets, there's sunrises, and that determines the melody or tone of a song, and I write from there. I see everything visual first.
Okay, and how many songs have you written? Do you know?
About probably more than 50.
More than 50. Okay, so from watching some of your videos and stuff, because you produce your own videos.
Mhm.
You write, you direct, and you
Mhm.
produce.
And I put my face in it too.
So you're like the biggest threat of them all. So when you're like doing these videos, how do you get the production of the imagery that you want to portray in these?
Well, I like to tell stories because I love films, I love movies, and I love videos that tell stories. So the song determines the story, or the story determines the song, either way. But I like to travel different time periods, and I don't. It's just it's role play. It's film. It's storytelling.
Okay, we're just gonna kick off because one video that we weren't laughing, but we were just curious about where the inspiration for Tongue come from.
Well, actually, the song I wanted a song that reminded you of Sade because I like Sade a lot.
Oh, excellent artist.
And the tone is very hypnotic. The music is hypnotic. Actually, when I heard the music at first and the words came to me, let me use my tongue. I was like, wait a minute, like I can't write that. Like, I can't. Like, but the song spoke to me, and I let it become what it wanted to become.
Okay, so then that's the song, but then in the video, so sexual. Why make it so?
There is a sensual connotation because it's addressing the needs of a woman, but the meaning of the song is actually deeper than just a sexual meaning.
Okay, and then your new video that you have out,
it's called Tonight.
It's called Tonight. And so do you want to talk about that video?
Yeah, it's an original story about an alien from another world with music, the power of music light.
Okay.
It's energy that flows from his body and goes out into the world. So it was inspired by Superman, Brother from Another Planet, kind of like mixed in there.
Okay. So when you have songs like Tonight and Touch, because I just know you say like Superman was inspired for Tonight. Are these from your experience from yourself? Like, have you experienced these?
Yeah, everything that I write about or perform are extensions of experiences. I mean, of course, I'm not an alien from another world, but
of course not.
It's an original script idea. So I wanted to do something a little different than just doing a standard performance music video.
Okay, absolutely. Like, just in the future, where do you see this path of music and production leading you?
Directing films, possibly continuing to be performing. I mean, I'm just being me. So I never see myself, stopping that. It's a part of me. It's becoming me. So I'll be 65 doing this. Me and my kids will be making movies and music.
I mean, that's a good thing. I mean, pull everyone into the business. Okay, so like everyone has people that they look up to. Whether I know a lot of people say Michael Jackson. And who are the three most? Name three people who you get inspired from.
Strong inspiration. On the film side, I would say Steven Spielberg.
Excellent.
I love Kanye West a lot. And yes, I definitely love Michael. Michael is he's the best. So I've been inspired by a lot of different, but I mean, I love all types of artists. Jean-Michel Basquiat, I love his work. I love Andy Warhol. A lot of my work reflects Andy's work. There's a lot of pop influence in there.
Okay. So what are some challenges of being an artist?
Well, being independent, money, having the fun and make everything happen on your own. I don't have management at the time. I have a team that supports me, and that's what's important.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. We're just going to go back with you, okay? Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Metro Arts. I'm your host, Shayna Fields Clark, and we would like to thank our guests, Carl Kingston and Quentin Love, for joining us today. Remember to always support the arts in your community.